Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thank you so much for the hat redeem. Welcome back to the stream. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Monday. Beautiful Monday, folks. I can't believe it's Monday already. I can't believe it's February 19th. That's crazy. Marshall, welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Code Monk, it's wonderful to have you here. It's wonderful to have you here. Pooh Stack as well. Great to have you here as usual. It's wonderful to have all you beautiful people here. Royal C-Dub Gaming back in the house. We also got Dramox, Hero Fox, Sidian. You guys are all beautiful people. I hope you guys have been doing absolutely beautiful art. It's wonderful to see you. How are you doing? How are things going? How's your streaming? How's your project been? Thindle, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's add a hat to the stack. Boom. Thank you so much for the hat redeem.
You in the back. Pay attention.
That's right, Royal CW. You in the back. Pay attention. I see you back there. Dramox, stop picking your nose and pay attention. Stop picking your nose. I see you back there.
What?
Art, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. How long since the last time I in chat?
Dopamine.
Gotta get that dopamine. Thank you for the dopamine, everybody. Thank you for the dopamine, Dramox. Glad you're here. Glad you're paying attention. How long since the last time I chatted in the Captain stream? I'm not sure, Corfless. Only you can say. Proton, I'm so excited. I got my, it doesn't quite reach over here because the USB is not long enough. But if you look right here, I got it set up. It's going to be awesome. Coaxed, congratulations on your 20K points, my friend. Congratulations. Nice to be here. Marshall, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on the stack. Every day I can wake up and code with the crew is a beautiful day because you're amazing. Apparently you were here at the right times to get the right amount of points. Menaliki, thank you for that. Thindle, I'm so glad you're here. You just gotta try turn it off and back on. Turn it off and back on, Thindle. And if that doesn't work, try turn it off and back on again. That's all you gotta do. Keep power cycle it until it works. Power cycle your code until it works. Coax, it's great to have you here, my friend. Siler, Atomic, I hope you're doing well on this beautiful day. 9 to 5 office worker. Glad to have you. Pizza in the morning. Yeah, we do pizza in the morning. Look, pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening. You can eat pizza anytime because pizza's a pizza. And every time's a time to eat some pizza today. You know, pizza's it's one of those foods everybody loves. I don't know if everybody, let me ask you a question. Anyone here that does not like pizza? I mean, like, actually dislike pizza is just a sandwich? I don't know if that's true. Then though, that's getting, look, I try to keep politics out of this. I try and keep politics out of my stream. We're not going down this pizza is a sandwich route today, okay? Not on my watch. You know what's, the real question is soup a sandwich? Is soup a sandwich? If pizza's a sandwich, then soup is a sandwich, and then nothing makes sense. All right, it says I'm doing well. I finished the last major function and undoing my art tool Saturday. Spent the last night polishing the program. Current task is to adjust the palette to where it locks gantlets. Holy cannoli, that sounds fantastic. That sounds amazing. Folks, I'm so glad you're all here. Proton, you watching? Are you watching, Proton? Because I'm about to play the world's greatest C64 prototype made by ProtonFig, folks. The world's greatest prototype made by ProtonFig. The incredible, the incredible, the invaluable, the amazing ProtonFig, folks. Bitmap soft here. We got ProtonFig's Kart King. Check this out. Check out the Kart King here, playing on my C64 controller. I wish I need to get like a controller cam so you guys can watch me suffer on the controller cam. Here we go, one player, practice mode. We're gonna do the Peepo track. I'm bad at this. I'm terrible at this game, by the way. Here we go. You guys hear that beautiful music? How's the music? I think this is a not finished yet. All right, here we go. Speeding up. Well, oh! The game, whoa! The turns, the tights, the going for it. Oh yeah, check that out. On the C64 remote joysticks, not a joypad, it's a joystick. Using that joystick to hurl through time and space. Hurling through time and space. Look at that go. Boom, boom. Around the corner we go. Get that boost wherever you go. Where we stop, nobody knows. The game just keeps flying. We're going. We're out of control. Speed 90. Look at those turns. Those turns. This tight, difficult turns. It's just like driving a real car all over the grass. This is what it looks like when I drive an actual car, by the way, folks. That's why I don't drive very often. So I don't drive very often. Look at this go. Look at it. Look, massive. Boom. Around the corner. Got to get that boost. Got to get that hyperdrive going. Here we go. Here we go. Got to, sharp turn. Here we go. Here we go. Keep going. Around the corner. Woof. Woof. Drifting. That drift there's real. Ah! Right into the tires. Right into the tires. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. One more time. One more time. Around the corner we go. And best lap. Woo! Let's drive off into the sunset. Into the distance. Into space. There's a Proton. Have you seen? I'm sure you've seen this. Proton, we drive off into the distance. Whoa! Into the madness. I love it. I love it. Proton, thank you so much for sharing this. Awesome stuff. We found it. Look, this is as intended, folks. As intended. This is the secret level. It's not the broken level, Marshall. It's the secret level. Proton, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Folks, if you guys have not you guys have not seen the incredible Proton Fig, absolute monster programmer, developer, Proton. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Astounding Commodore 64 coding guru, musician, graphician, legend, absolute legend. Go check. It's the secret cow level. That's right, the secret cow level. Nerd Waffle, welcome back to stream. Real Sky Ninja, great to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day. What are we up to today, folks? What are we doing? I'm so sorry. The tires look sad. I'm sorry if I missed anything in the chat. Super fun. Amazing, amazing game. Cool box art. BK Dev, welcome back. Wonderful to have you here. What are we doing today? We are continuing to work on our Pac-Man inspired game, Capman. Pure C# implementation. It's going super well. Hagerman Hour, welcome back to the stream. How are you on this beautiful Monday? We're gonna see if we can actually get some stuff done today. If I missed a hat redeem, let me know. Let me know if I missed a hat redeem. It's very, very possible. That bean water's good. That bean water's good. We're decaf day. Thank you for the pat, Corfless. Thank you for the pat. All right. So when we last left off, here's what we have so far. Let's run it. I've done nothing since yesterday. So if you let yesterday, I said I might work off stream. That didn't happen. All right. So here we go. We have this Pac-Man, Catman here. These guys don't come out of the center yet. These guys don't. You're an educational project. How dare you? Oh wait, is that a compliment? I think that's a compliment. Thank you for that. So this is what we have so far. Yesterday we did a pull request. Yesterday, our very own Tuber Tugger gave us a pull request here. We did the merge. We went through the conflicts to get it resolved. We got that pulled in. We have added in some issues here. All right, so if we come up to the GitHub repository, Catman here, ship that in. Come up to the repository. We're trying to follow good practices, folks. If anyone wants to take a crack at contributing to this project, it's turned into a community project, which has been super cool, with contributions from several community members here. If you want to, feel free to submit an issue. Can you resize the game window? I can. Check it out. That's a feature. We have that in here. So it can be done. Boom. Watch. Look at that. Look at that beautiful scale. Scale to any size. Sound like a commenter from a race or something. Look. Maybe I'm an auctioneer or the real Sky Ninja. It looks cool. Might give loading a map board from a file so it's customizable. Go. It might be interesting to come up with if there's a feature you want to add. If there's a feature you want to add, go ahead and make an issue for it. Describe it in as much detail as you can. So a feature, an enhancement would be like reading the board from a file. Currently, the board is loaded from a text prompt, so it shouldn't be too hard to extend it to load from a file. Because if we look at our board right now, BK, it'd be really easy to do. Our board, we just give it a string. The board literally takes a string and it just does it. Do you have a bit of sore throat? I don't have, maybe. I'm just waking up, Proton, so my throat is just warm. My voice is just warm. And it's not true, I'm just waking up. I've been up for about an hour and 15 minutes. This is the first time I've spoken today, so you guys are hearing my morning, what I like to refer to as my morning voice. My morning voice. So that's probably what you're hearing. It does feel slightly stressed as far as a voice goes to me this morning, so we might have to I might have to brew myself some slippery elm tea. Probably should have done elm tea as first rather than coffee, just to get that going. Now with morning voice, now with singing. That's right, Real Sky Ninja, it's so great to have you here on this beautiful Monday. Real Sky Ninja, we're over in Magstream. Over in Magstream, you're saying you're thinking about streaming. My advice to you is to try it. Give it a shot. Do it for you, though. Don't do it for the audience. Don't do it because you want people to watch you. Do it just to give it a try. See if you like it, because it works for some people, doesn't work for others, and you might enjoy it. You want to try the stream together feature? Do you want to do some paired programming with me on this on Catman, Proton? Proton, if you want to work on Catman with me, absolutely. Also, Faraday, welcome back to the stream. Faraday, I got to say thank you so much on Saturday for coming onto the stream, hanging out with us, showing us your project. Super cool Python project. I'll appreciate you being a contributor to this community so much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Quack says, I would love to stream for fun, but I don't have any interest to show what I do. Gotcha, and I can barely communicate because talking to myself is weird for others. It feels that way sometimes. I think for whatever reason, it worked out for me because I wasn't planning anyway. I say this sometimes. It just kind of worked out well for me because of my approach to streaming was I was recording it for my students. That was the idea, was to have a stream of consciousness while I worked on the advent of code, and it came out really nice. Had a lot of people, not a lot of people, I had several people show up, stick around, and chat with me, and I really, really enjoyed it. I don't like to stream myself coding, and that's totally fine. Coax, that's totally fine. That's why I'm saying I enjoy the interactions, the ultimate pair programming experience, and that's why I'm saying if you're doing it, though, don't do it for meeting people and talking with people. You can do it a little bit for that, but if no one shows up, it can be very, some people have expressed just like, oh, no one comes to my stream, no one wants to be there. It's like, it's hard to get people to come to your stream. It really is. Let's see, thanks. You hold the wizard's staff to this community. Look, this community only exists because of people like you. Only exists because of people like you. The Twitch discover is poopery. Yeah. That's true. I don't know how they would do the attachment to a view count can be in hell. Yeah, I keep my view count off. It goes both ways. If you have a low view count or a high view count, it can be stressful either way. It really can. In my experience, for me, that number freaks me out. That number really freaks me out. Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do today? It's got a random question, Cap. If I get a good amount of following, we should do something together, like a game or a game jam or anything you like, really. Real Sky Ninja. Every third Saturday, we have a showcase. Join the Discord. Share what you're working on. I invite people to come on to the stream with me every third Saturday of the month to share for that exact reason, because I want to do collabs with everybody. I want to do collabs with you guys. I want you guys to come on, share your work, what the community is doing, the Showcase Showdown. That's right, Nerd Waffle. That's right. So it's always a blast to have people come on. Proton, if you want to do a stream together, I want to work on my Catman game. If you want to come on the stream and talk about the Catman game, absolutely, we could do a collab stream together. But that's what I want to work on today. is the Catman game. What I really want to do in it, Hagerman Hour, absolutely. It's always a blast. What I want to do is we are implementing the following feature. This feature here. Enemies should begin inside of box in the center of the board. Enemies should have a door that only enemies can move through. So we're going to add in a door state. Enemies need a state that puts them inside of the home. And then enemies need the AI logic that tells them when they can leave home. So I have some ideas about how I can do it. Oh, you've never done it? It's not that bad. Here, I'll send you. Here, I'll show you how it works. It's really, really straightforward. All right, so stream together. So here's how it works. If you're curious, I have stream together here. 1 second. I got something going on the other screen. Stream together. We click start stream together. And then all I got to do is I invite you to join me. I click add invite guests. And then I put in here that if I want Proton Fig. Let's see if I get it. I got to spell it right. Proton Fig. Like this. This sends you an invite. It will probably have just shown up on your screen. You click join, and then it adds you here. And then there's a camera source that you add into OBS to get you in there. The rule for when they may leave home could be when they've finished their coffee. Have them look sleepy when the game starts. That's a good idea. See, Proton shows Proton joining. So the stream together is really easy. I also have a button over here. 1 sec. Let me start my virtual camera. So then Proton can see what's going on over here. But yeah, there's gonna, and you can, I think you can have up to 4 guest stars here, and then there's like different sources. I've only ever done it with one person. Hagerman, it's a really great feature. I also often will invite people to join on Discord and voice. You don't have to be a streamer to let this in, so I could let anyone in the stream right now join if I wanted to. It's a little bit risky, I suppose, to do that, but we could do that. That's an option. And then I have in my, I'll wait for Proton to join just to show this part off here. Art, I really like this idea that the Baldies, they look real grumpy because they look so grumpy here. They're drinking coffee inside, sipping the coffee, and then once they're ready to go, that's a really funny idea. I think that'd be here. I'm the only risk factor, Nerd Waffle. It's true. It's true. You know, the last time we spoke, I heard you were raised as a sailor, and that, you know, look, nothing against sailors. Sailors are wonderful people, but from what I hear, their vocabulary is enhanced. They have an enhanced vocabulary. All right, so we got Proton. Proton is going to add a camera in here. Awesome, awesome. And so Proton's here. I'd be able to, let me see over here. Now in OBS, I'll just so everyone can see. In OBS, let's switch to studio mode just for a second so you can see it. I happen to have this guest star scene. Oh, I thought I did. Hang on. Guest star. Let's go to my sources. Where'd my sources go? Sources. Ooh, that's weird. I have Grumpy on here so often that I have him as the last person. Let's do Proton Fig. Let's center this. Proton Fig is going to be our guest star. Transform. Center the screen. Nope, wrong center. Horizontal center. Transform. Center horizontally. So we get the name centered. I don't know why this one's not working, but let's go. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't click show on stream. All right. So if I show on stream, now this source. What? I thought this source would work. Hang on. This source is messed up. Or it might be because you are... Proton, do you have your camera on? Oh, okay. I'm not sure why it's not showing your camera on screen. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. We'll give this a shot here. Just to play it out. Maybe the source gets regened. I think it might be... Let me just grab the source link. There should be an option... copy guest slot 1. I can just paste this in here. There it goes. So now we should be seeing Proton's cameras getting put in here. It's resizing strangely. We might have to figure that out in a moment. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And then let me turn off studio mode. And then I have a button over here for my guest star. There's Proton. Proton's camera's down there in the left. Down there in the bottom left. Proton, thank you for joining us. And let me switch it so people can hear you. So you should be able to hear, if you speak Proton, they'll be able to hear you. Be here through your mic. I don't know if you're playing any music though. That's not coming through. Ooh, that's neat. That looks cool. What are we looking at here? What is this?
Is my voice coming through?
Yes, I can hear you. Let me check the volume here on the audio mixer. I probably need to turn it up a little bit. Try talking again. I bet they can hear you now. Yeah, so your camera's live, and I think they can hear you now. I'd have to make, I don't have the source set up to be big enough to really see that very well. I don't think, how's it coming through in the bottom left there for everyone else? We can see the feed. Awesome. Proton, thank you for joining us. Happy Monday, my friend. All right. Okay, we can hear him. Excellent, excellent. It's good. So this is Proton Fig, everybody. Let me get this game. Let me just get Kart King to open up again so people can see it. And you should be able to see, I believe the stream is not delayed. Oh, that was interesting. Let's try one more time. The stream shouldn't be delayed if you watch it through the guest star feature or that feature. So I know it's like a 10-second delay here. Although my audio may not come through to you. This is probably going to be really loud for everyone. Hang on. Because, let me turn, one second. I got to turn that down to adjust the volume. Is there volume control in this by any chance, Proton? Because I see there's off and on. Let's see. Can I adjust? Hang on. I think on Windows, I can adjust it directly down here. Just because I want people to be able to... Where's my volume mixer? Vice, there it is.
If you want to make the volume,
I was just hoping to turn the volume down so it wasn't...
In Vice.
Okay, Vice has an option for it. Preferences. Settings. Audio. Sound. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn it down here so it's not blasting everyone's ears out and we can still hear you. Alright. How's that? How's the volume on Vice, everybody? It's coming through fine for me. Just want to make sure it's not too loud. Alright. You should be able to hear Proton now. Is it still loud? Alright, let me turn it down a little bit more.
I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come through on your feed, Proton. It's because it's coming through OBS. So you won't hear it. That's better. Okay. Alright, let's try it. So, can we do it? It'd be cool if we could do 2 players.
Go to the track editor.
Oh, the track editor. Awesome. Let's check out the track editor here. Oh, this is neat. Okay. So, the joystick
You
here.
can use the help with H key. Press
Okay,
H.
so the H key.
Press help.
Okay, H for this. Move cursor, insert, delete. I don't even know if I have an insert button on my keyboard. We'll have to find out. Toggle move, insert new track. This reminds me a lot of Excitebike. This is super cool. Excitebike had a track editor. I don't know if you ever used it or ever played that game, but this reminds me of that. This is so cool. All right, so we
You can try this track. Just exit the help. Press a couple more times. Now press V. It's verified that it's fully working.
Oh, is that doing a pathfinding algorithm to make sure the track goes through?
You can try press the delete key. And now go someplace and press space. Now press press V again. Verify. Press V.
Ah, I
You
see.
see, it's incomplete now.
Yeah, so it's saying whether or not the track can actually be completed. It goes through the whole thing. Very, very
You can-
cool.
You can press
X.
for
is what
example,
it's-
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
These are the missing pieces.
Oh no, I'm gonna go high enough. Alright, I've entered some kind of mode here where I just have a single square. See, I got a toggle move mode probably. There it is. Right. Boom. Oh, it doesn't let me put invalid insert. Okay, tile won't fit. Let's try going straight here. Bring this back down. And so, folks, just so you guys know, this is coded for the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64 here. So it's completely from scratch in assembly. Is that correct? Is that correct, Proton? This is done in assembly. You've written this whole thing in assembly. It's not like C compiled to like Commodore 64.
Now go to the take one piece more off from left to right.
All right, I want to.
If you take one more off, it will automatically make the curve for you.
So I think if you're watching on the stream, it's delayed. So I'm not sure if you're seeing the same state I am right now, because I started doing a little bit more work here. All right, I'm really bad at this track design. This track designer, folks, it's not the track designer. It's definitely me being not good at this. Super cool. All right. Let's go to the next piece here. This track is... I'm doing well, though. I'm doing well. Alright, we almost have a playable track. Let's hope. Boom. Bring it across. Okay. Okay! I managed to make a complete track. If I press V, there we go.
Okay, then press
S to save, or let's see.
escape.
S to save, and then S to okay. All right. So now, if I do one player, do I get that track?
You press one player. Practice. And
Custom. Oh, let's go. Let's go. We done did it. Practical. Welcome back to the stream, Tuber Tucker. Great to see you. All right. Let's play. Oh, yo. I need a steering wheel controller. Oh, man. No one should... Track is too many turns. There's too many sharp corners. Oh, oh. There we go. There we go. Got to take it easy. Take it easy. Everyone knows the best racetracks are the ones that have several 90-degree turns. It's the safest for the drivers. Put those in there so that they have to slow down on the corners. Oh my goodness, this is great. Fantastic job. How long have you been working? I know you've been working on this for a couple months, Proton. How long, if you know, for how long have you been working on this?
It was late August when I started.
Very nice work. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this. Does two-player work? Let me ask. Probably not over network or anything like that, but I bet is two-player currently working?
There will be some other features like shop and such things. I can show them myself.
There we go. There we go. Oh. Very nice. Very nice work on this, Proton. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Very cool. I'm curious because I'm assuming that as I drive off the screen here, this is going into, you know, so this is older Commodore 64. We're ending up in memory when we end up over here. So I find this endlessly fascinating in games when this happens. So you could think of like, even the old Pac-Man game. Oh, I can't turn around. There we go. This is, you know, we're driving into memory here. I think this is cool. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. What are the plans? What are the plans with this? How much do you have left? I love the box art you've shared with us.
I'm about in halfway.
Halfway. Awesome.
Can you see my screen?
Let me see if I can make you bigger. 1 second. Let me see if I can add a bigger source here so that you can share your whole screen. It's pretty small on the bottom left there. Give me a second to add in a new source. I think this guest star big. Try adding this in. How is that? 1280 lines. People, how does that look? Does that look pretty good?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there's like a shop. Oh, that's cool. You're gonna be able to upgrade your race car.
Yes.
That's exciting. That's really cool. And
then you can also upgrade it if you drive races and win. You can get some prize money and use that prize money to upgrade your existing car.
that is really cool. That's really. Were there? I can't imagine. And maybe there were games like this on the C64 during that time period. I didn't use C64 really. This would be such an advance, such a cool thing during that time period. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this program runs on actual C64 hardware.
Yeah, it runs really fast.
That's amazing. That is amazing. But what is race car? Tuber Tucker, what is race car? Did you know race car spelled backwards is just race car? It's true. And Kart King spelled backward.
I just remember that I also have one other game I'm working on, but I haven't touched it like 2 years.
Gotcha. Oh, this looks so much fun. The stuff you're working on is always super cool. So I gotta ask, Proton, we're making a Pac-Man. I saw you made Tetris, which you know is my favorite game of all time. Have you ever made Pac-Man?
Then I mostly work with the demos and stuff.
Very cool.
Our plans are to release a demo on Easter, at next Easter. That is when it was, in a month.
In a month? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Folks, be sure, and I already gave you a shout out, be sure. Let's get a link to Proton here, Twitch.
That demo will be an Amiga demo. Then we will release another at the Zoo Party. That is late October this year. So plan is to make 2 demos.
Awesome.
Yes, it was
Pretty.
nice evening.
This is great.
2,880.
That's incredible.
Dots.
Oh, Proton, thank you so much for sharing all of this.
Yeah, no problem.
This is great. We should plan. We should plan a stream where we work on some C64 stuff together. I think that would be super cool. Because I know you had asked me about it a while back. It's like, I've never done anything for C64. I think it would be really cool to do it. I honestly have no idea where to start. But let's chat a little bit off stream. Let's figure out when we can do it, because I think it'd be really fun to learn a little bit about doing Commodore 64 programming. I don't know if I'm hardcore enough to write it in assembly, but maybe I am. I consider myself a pretty strong C programmer, but I'm just not familiar with the C64 hardware. Awesome. Rain can't spell hardcore without Captain. I don't know if that's true. You All right. Proton, thank you so much for coming on. Would it be okay? I want to work on my Capman enemy AI here. And my goal, I really want to get this one feature done. So you're welcome to people, if you want to go watch more of Proton Fig stuff. I posted a link again. We already gave you a shout out. Well, let me give you another shout out for another hour. But here's a link to Proton stuff. If you want to watch more Commodore 64 coding, Amiga programming, amazing chiptune music being created, be sure to follow Proton. Yeah, this is cool. All very cool stuff. But Proton, I'm going to get back to working on Capman. Is there anything you'd like to any links, any social media you'd like to share? I know you're on Twitch. Are you on anything else?
Not necessarily, but of course I could say something. something like Situ composing, this kind of stuff also.
Yeah, so Proton makes chip tunes. This is a music tracker or a MIDI tracker. I'm not sure what you might call it here.
This is C64.
Yeah. A Proton, I do want to get back to working on my Capman, but I would love to bring you on during one of the showcases to show off your music. Show off your music, show off your games. That would be awesome to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that beautiful sound?
Just the audio come through. Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I think I can hear it, so I think they can hear it. That's right, Rugs. Welcome back to the stream. Hypern's live Echo Show. Great to have you here. So Rugs, this music is made on the screen here is the audio tracker. And so what you're seeing on screen, Proton has written out all of these lines here, and this is what's producing the music. Chex, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Proton, this is what we should do on stream together. We should set up a collab to write some music together, maybe even for the Catman game. Because I know I could learn a ton from you about making music using a tracker like this. All right. Awesome. Okay, Proton, I'm going to get back to working on Capman. I appreciate you taking the time. Now that you know how Stream Together works, maybe I can come on your stream at some point as well. We can do some chiptune stuff. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for all the support you give. I appreciate you very, very much. Have a beautiful day. And looking forward to more of your stuff in the future. Folks, Proton Fig, give him some love. Give him some love, folks. Proton, have a wonderful day. We will see you again really soon. Thank you so much.
You too.
Folks, that was the incredible, the fabulous, the wonderful, the unstoppable. Oh, I turned my own camera off. What happened? Where's my webcam? There we go. The unstoppable Proton Fig, everybody. Proton, thank you again so much for joining us. I hope you have a beautiful day, folks. Be sure to go check out Proton Fig for all your Commodore 64 needs. Proton, if you're still listening, we gotta do a collab stream together. We gotta make some music together. I want to do it. Send me some messages on Discord to remind me, because I'm terrible at remembering this stuff. But thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Okay. All right. We are going to... Maybe we'll get something done on Capman today. Maybe we'll get something done on Capman. Also, Echo Show, thank you so much for the follow. Echo Show, thank you for following me. Today we got Echo Show following the Captain Coder Show. Echo Show, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Chex, how you been, friend? I hope you've been getting rest. I know it's late for you. I hope you're not up just to watch Captain Coder. I appreciate you being here. but your health is important to us. Your health is important to us as well. So here we are. This is the feature we're trying to get done. Enemies should begin inside of the box in the center of the board. We went ahead, they got them into the center of the box. Now we got to add a little bit of AI to them. So here's my strategy for this. So right now they're in the middle of the box. Really, when they're in this box, notice they just wander around in there. I want to add in a AI behavior that they patrol up and down. They just will patrol between two positions. If they reach one position, the position changes. So right now, we have an enemy AI here. Let's close this here. Great to see you, Chex. It's great to see you. I always love being able to chat with you when I get a chance. We have an enemy behavior here. So coming to our actors, we have our target tile behavior. I'm thinking we could have two behaviors here, or a new behavior here, not two behaviors, new behavior. I want a patrol behavior. And the patrol behavior, I might even make a new folder here called behaviors, and we can move our behaviors in here. This might be helpful. I'm starting to get a lot of different behaviors. So these are our different enemy behaviors. I'm going to move those here. Let's make sure we didn't break anything. And I'm going to do a quick commit here to say moved behaviors into subfolder, because that changed a bunch of stuff. It can be really fun. Absolutely, Art. Those sussy eyes before I go to sleep. All right, let's do it. Let's get these added in real quick. And so really all we did was move this stuff into a new folder. So I'm just gonna do a chore here. Move move behaviors into subfolder. Just for organization purposes, this is purely aesthetic for me. And I want there to be a patrol behavior. This is going to have two tiles. Right now, it's going to work a lot like the target tile behavior here. The main thing when we implement the enemy behavior, like so, is the target tile behavior is going to take in two positions to move through. We can even take it in multiple positions to move to, but this is going to be the tile it is targeting. Patrol behavior, like this. And what I want to do is waypoint. Maybe even just make it. Look, I keep wanting to get things more complicated than they need to be. I was about to say, let's make it taking an IEnumerable of waypoints, and it moves between those waypoints. When it reaches one, it goes to the next. When it reaches one, it goes to the next. But instead, I'm just going to have two. I'm going to have two. It moves between two spots here. When it reaches one spot, it'll switch to the other spot there. So we're going to say first tile, second here. And then rather than having a target tile here, we're going to have a first and a second. And in our behavior here, this gets called to say, where's my next direction? What should I be where should I be moving towards next? And what I'm going to do is internally, this is going to have a target tile behavior. It's going to be this is going to be a private. This is going to be our internal delegate here, delegate behavior. And this behavior is going to determine what we do. At the end of the day, we just pass this off to our delegate behavior dot get direction game delta time. This is how we can sort of combine these behaviors together. And we're going to swap out this delegate behavior if we have reached one tile or the other. One tile or the other. So I believe what I can do is say if enemy.tile equals, I need a current. I need a current here. Private tile current. I guess we start with first here as well. Ooh, this is interesting. I might have first and other, current and other. And we want to swap them out. We want to swap them out. Say if the enemy tile is our current, we need to switch to the other tile. So I actually think, so this is first and second, we have current, and then I'm going to have a thing here called other. This one's going to start out as second. What we do is that we say if we have reached our current tile and our other tile are going to swap. So this becomes other and current, like this. And we can do a private set on these now. Oh, I guess it says I don't need private here because I'm not sure these should actually be, hang on, they should just be variables. It should just be member variables here. Okay. And it might make sense to make these public. It's hard for me to tell at this juncture, at this exact moment here. Keep them private though. This is gonna swap them out. So current becomes other becomes current, and then our delegate behavior is gonna become equal to a new target tile of the tile we're currently moving towards. So notice this delegate behavior is going to swap out. It might not let me do that here. This would be first. Okay. It feels slightly complex, these variables. The one reason I want to have a first and second, this is our original and current and other, is these shouldn't really change. This is the first one we go to, this is the second one we go to. I think this will work out. We could test this by adding in to our program here. Whimsically Made, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 12. Congratulations on number 12. Let's go into our, where we make these AI, and I'm gonna give one of these guys that's in the middle here, rather than having Clyde targeting, should give these guys better names. My keyboard, there it goes. We're gonna call this target player. We'll call this one whimsical whimsical AI, whimsical enemy. Call this target ahead. This one is going to be, oh, this one has whimsical target. This one should just be Clyde enemy. This one will be our whimsical enemy. Just so I don't forget, we got 2 hats, Faraday and Art. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get 2 hats added to this stack. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hat redeem. We got 1 extra hat. We got 2 extra hats. Thank you for the hat redeems, everybody. I appreciate you. Whimsically Made, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for popping in. Love having you here. So this Clyde, rather than doing this Clyde targeting for now, we're gonna end up swapping this out here. We're gonna make this behavior. I'm having some Kibuka. Welcome to the stream. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Let me know if not. I'm having a beautiful day. I'm having so much fun. We're working on a Pac-Man inspired game today. We've been working on it for a while. We're gonna get a patrol behavior here. All right, so I want to have a patrol behavior, and I need to figure out what are the 2 positions where I want to patrol. I should really put this into a file that's a little bit easier for me to tell. So I'm actually gonna create a new file here. So I can figure out my positionings a little bit better. Because I always end up having to count it out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 28 wide. And I'm going to come down the side here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That way it's a little bit easier to got my feet with Godot, having fun now learning how stuff works. Very nice. I've had a great time every time I've used Godot. I've been impressed with how lightweight it is. I've been absolutely impressed with the lightweightness of it. What has your experience been with it? Are you doing GD scripts? Is this the first time you're coding? Kabuka, is this first time in game development? Have you been coding? Let me know. I want to know what your experience has been like. All right, so this one here is 13. All right, so this is 13 to 15. 13 to 15 is where we want to patrol. 13 to 15. Patrol behavior. All right, so it's going to be new position 11, 13, and then new position 11 to 15. Oh, sorry, this should be new tile. Like this. So it's going to patrol. I'm going to start it at this position here. So this enemy, Clyde, I'm going to turn off some of the other ones here. And this enemy, I'm going to do something up here to make my life slightly easier. List enemy actor, enemies. There's a new. We'll pass in enemies here. Semicolon enemies dot add targets player. That way I can comment and uncomment these relatively easy. This isn't going to be in the production code. This just allows me to turn off and on enemies as I want to. A little bit easier through comments. A little bit easier. So not, all right, add targets ahead. Kabuka says, GD script, I was a .NET backend web developer, use C# instead of back with .NET 2, but it's the first time on gaming and it's been 10 plus years since coding anything at all. Gotcha. Very cool. I gotta know. Whatever you're working on, keep us informed of it. I love to hear what people are doing with game dev, not just game dev, but any type of development they're working on. What are people working on? What are they doing? What are their progress? Do you have a game in mind that you're working on? So you're working in GD script. What type of game are you doing? Faraday says, Godot is very fun. Love how it's just packet. Faraday, that's exactly right. I wish, and I can't wait for the, I'm so excited. I'm like, come on, .NET 9, come on, .NET 9, because GD script, I think GD script is fine. It's just not a general purpose programming language. So as a computer science teacher, as an educator at a school where my main focus is teaching programming and computer science, it's hard for me to justify using GD script. And so I've made, maybe it's an excuse, but we don't use, I want to be able to use Godot. I want to be able to use it in C#, but I want the web builds to work, because we're the remote school, a remote school, not the remote school. We are a remote school. Let's see if this Clyde behavior, it kind of works. It kind of works. Notice it's patrolling, but there's something interesting. I got eaten by this guy here. It is patrolling. I want it to be able to move back and forth, up and down. So something that's really interesting is that in our movement, in our path finding, the enemy is not allowed to turn around. They're not allowed to make a 180-degree turn. So we need to allow them to make a 180-degree turn to be able to move just back and forth, up and down, rather than this rotating pattern where they're sort of oscillating around in a circle here. Yeah, GD script is very Pythonic, very, very Pythonic. That said, it does have its differences. Not that I'm a GD script expert or anything. I need to save this here so I have it a little bit. Go into our Catman here, board.txt. There we go. Just so I have this. Let's also use our multi-cursor technique here to shift this over, just for sanity, just for my sanity, not anyone's sanity but my own. Programmer sanity can be very important. So I feel like this works. The one difference here, so whimsically made. So something that's really interesting is that there are no dead ends in this in Pac-Man. So something that's really interesting, something that you may not have realized playing Pac-Man, is there are no dead ends. If there was a dead end, the enemy would get stuck in the dead end. If I turn on the target here, you'll actually see the enemy patrolling, the target position is displayed here. This is where the enemy is currently moving toward. So this enemy is always targeting Pac-Man's position. This is really useful because you wouldn't want to, if you get behind the enemy will never actually be able to get you so long as you're behind the enemy. It'll keep trying. It tries to find the shortest path to you, where the moves it can make are only moves moving forward. It cannot turn around. I like the Pythonic aspects of GDScript. I think a lot of people do. Kibuga, I followed a tutorial so far, but the only did one thing for me. Know some stuff exists like signals or like events, and that it's very easy to just mock up a loopable game design. Yeah, so game engines are there to make it so you can just get started, get moving, get going on something. It's super cool. Super cool. I think GDScript's really cool. We are actually making a version of Catman pure C# implementation, and the plan is to take that raw, that pure C# implementation, drop it into a bunch of places. We're gonna do a WebGL, hopefully a Godot, a Unity, a bunch of different versions. Coding Chemist, welcome back to the stream. So I'm a little sad that I can't just use target tile behavior. The reason I can't do this is this method here. What I might consider is extending this method here to allow you to specify something that lets you. So what's happening is when we get our neighbors, we're not allowed to go in the opposite direction. So we have a filter here that we are applying when we get our neighbors, and we say, by the way, you cannot go in the opposite direction. One option to resolve this would be to add an argument that says allow opposite or can turn around, and then we make this only exist. We only do this if that condition is there. That would be one option. I think that'd be a really easy option. It does add complexity to calling this. We could do it in the following way as well. We could create a private static direction. I could do it this way: direction with shortest path, board tile start. Basically, I'm going to take this here. One second. Let's take this like this. This is going to have a bool allow turn around, and we'll set that to false by default. Allow turnaround, and this becomes just a call to this method. So our interface hasn't changed yet. We just forward these things through board start direction, current target, and then false. Okay. I missed target tile, and then false. Doing it with no argument here sets it to false, like this. Mooniz, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Ecstatic to be private, BK. It's so ecstatic, we are winning over here, Mooniz. We are winning. We're winning so hard. We're kind of tired of winning. So I'm gonna start writing some bugs so that we can not be winning. Faraday, nice try though. Nice try. With the words of DJ Khalid, hat whimsically made. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack here. Thank you for the hat redeem. Oh yeah. We're gonna add it. That's where all my coding powers come from. Mooniz, how have you been, folks? You guys don't know the incredible. I was gonna say the incredible edible Mooniz. I don't know if Mooniz is edible. You probably shouldn't eat him though. Mooniz, thank you so much for being here, folks. Giving us some love. Taught me everything I know about game dev. Professional game developer, works in Unity, full-time professional developer, incredible human. Go check out his stream. We love you, Moodness. Thank you for being here. What have you been working on? Hang on, folks. My laptop's about to die, so I gotta plug it in. Give me just a second. I'm still here. Even though you can't see me, I promise I'm still here. Object permanence. You gotta work on that. Oh no. I might just have to turn, hang on. All right. Edible, not sure about that. Haven't tried though. Look, have I told you guys that I am terrified that someday I will, maybe I shouldn't tell you this. But I'm going to. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. I am not a cannibal. I have no desire to be a cannibal. And I don't ever want to accidentally eat human. That's like the terrifying part to me, is like, what if I accidentally ate human? That would be the worst thing in the world. I don't want to eat human ever. But what if you ate human and then you liked it? That's a terrifying thought to me. What if you develop a taste for human? I don't think I could handle that. I don't think that'd be okay. This one needs to take in a bool. Sorry, I took this out for some bool. Allow turn around. Tower defense game. Enjoy your focus, Kabuka. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And remember, you're welcome back anytime. Working on adding a WebSocket server to my Unity editor so I can run commands from StreamerBot to the Unity editor, like changing the editor tint color. That's right. Dramulx, I was lurking and Dramulx mentioned that you wanted to add in some chat redeems, that would actually modify. Faraday, I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know why I did. Modify. It would modify. Hang on. Yeah, it would modify your Unity editor through chat redeems, or through chats. And I think that's a really cool idea. So allow turnaround. So it's gonna be allow turnaround or d dot is that allow not where. If allowed turnaround is false, it should be an and. I could also make it where we take this in. Exactly. I'm gonna actually make this be an IEnumerable of a neighbor delegate. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have this be pass an IEnumerable. We're gonna make this be a delegate of this. A function direction to an IEnumerable of direct. Oh, sorry, it needs to be this here. Played one too many D&D campaigns. I don't think I've played enough D&D campaigns. Honestly, I don't think I've played enough. IEnumerable direction here. So this is our neighbors function. Okay, it'll be our neighbors function, and we are going to pass in down here. Our delegate should be this. Let's see if I can put this here. Allow turnaround. Okay. It's going to be the delegate that we're going to pass in. So then we're going to return this with neighbors. Like that. And then this becomes our neighbors.invoke. Neighbors.invoke. Okay, let's run our tests. There are no silly questions. I mean, there are, but these are good questions. But is IEnumerable the same thing as a regular enum data structure? Good question. The IEnumerable is an interface that describes any collection that you can iterate over. That actually has very little to do with enumerated types, so it's nothing to do with an enumerated type. This is actually saying this is like a list or an array or a set. It's a data type. It's anything that you can use with a for each loop, essentially, is what it is. IEnumerable is something you can iterate over. In Java, they're called iterators. I think it might be called iterable in that one, but it's something that you can loop over. Okay, so now I've made the direction with shortest path here. We have a version where we can specify the different types of neighbors that we can do. Faraday, let me know if that answered your question. If not, happy to show an example. Changing the play mode, yeah, that was one thing I was going like, I think that redeem could get out of control and be very annoying to have as a redeem, depending on, you want to have it for fun, but you got to be careful. Well, could someone use this maliciously? That's sort of where the challenge might come from. Say direction with shortest path. Exactly. It's a black box. It's an interface that says, I don't care what the underlying data type is. What I care is that I can use it in a for each loop. So this is where I'm using it, Faraday. I say, well, I know this thing is going to give me back a bunch of directions. How it does it, I don't care. And in fact, maybe the compiler can do something smart to make it simple. You think you could do that. And then suddenly you're wearing 90 hats. And suddenly you're wearing 90 hats. You put a time limit of 3 hours, and then suddenly, the next thing you know, your neck is broken. You're dead in a ditch somewhere, and your hats are scattered about, and then you got gerbils eating the hats, and your hats are just decaying away into the aether. But look, you do it. You can make whatever type of redeems you want. I'm just warning you, in my experience, if you give the chat an inch, they'll take a mile. But look, I'm not complaining. Worse than you die and your hat's dying in the process, yeah. Thank you, Rap Time. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. I appreciate it. Let's get a hat added to the stack. All right, beautiful. Faraday, nice try. You gotta wait 2 hours, 40 more minutes. Nerd Waffle, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack here. All right. Is this hat backwards? That hat's backwards. Coaxed, thank you for the hat redeem. We're gonna get another hat added to this stack here. All right, there it is. All right, perfect. Moodness, you're not there yet. We're gonna have to zoom out here. This hat just doesn't quite. There we go. It's a hat trick. Good old hat trick. All right. Hat fault. Go for it. We're gonna get hat mintation fault. Thank you for the hat redeems, everybody. I appreciate you very much. I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Rap Time. I'm doing wonderful. We're in the process of creating a we have a shortest path. We're trying to make it so check it out. Let me run it real quick. The way our pathfinding works right now is that the enemies are not allowed. Watch this enemy in here. This enemy is patrolling between, we added an AI, the enemy patrols between two positions. So you'll see those positions here. But you'll notice the enemy turns around. When the enemy is out in this area, we don't want to allow the enemy to make 180-degree turns. When they make a move, when they reach an intersection, they're only allowed to go straight or make 90-degree turns. However, their behavior in here, I suppose it doesn't actually matter, but I want the behavior to be that it moves up and down. And so we're performing a refactor right now to allow this method to accept an IEnumerable to specify the types of turns that can be made. And this is going to allow me to do the following. I'm gonna make this public here. So this should allow me to do the following. Is direction with shortest path. We can create an IEnumerable here, specifically in our patrol behavior, that allows us to turn around, make a 90-degree turn, and this becomes our target tile behavior dot direction with shortest path. This one here, they are allowed to turn around, but they still can't go through walls. So I believe if I use this, rather than, I'm gonna get rid of this delegate. And instead, down here, we're gonna return direction with shortest path of our game dot board. Our start tile is our current tile, and our current direction is our current direction, and our target tile happens to be our current here. So when we've reached the position we want to get to, we actually swap it out. We swap it out and then choose the next tile to go to. Hyper, welcome back to the stream, by the way. And let's take a look at that. I think, why is URP broken? I'm not sure. There we go. We have a patrol going back and forth. This guy's happily moving back and forth. Doesn't mind about turning around, switching directions there. Beautiful. Okay, so we have this patrol. Let's add this to the 2 additional enemies here. This is their starting behavior. So I'm gonna add in our patrol behavior for this one. They're gonna move between, their X position is 12, which is interesting. Let's go with 12. I feel like it should be 13. Let's try 12. Let's see what that looks like. And then down, oh, this should be our target ahead behavior. Let's go with our whimsical enemy as well. And they really on tile 13, 14. Let's go 13, 13. All right, let's see what that looks like. IPO also 2023 is currently in beta, right? It's not actually, okay, so these guys are gonna patrol between those 2 positions. I'd like to space them out if possible. Is there enough room in our board to do that? So this should be 11 through 16. So we have 11 through 16. So the last enemy should actually be on 16 here. And this one should be on 14 or 13. That's interesting. There's not an even amount of space in there. All right, let's try it. Yeah, there we go. These guys moving back and forth, up and down. One thing that's slightly annoying about this is there is not... I can't actually center this guy. I would like to be able to center that guy. You know what it is there's actually room for 4 ghosts in here. There's room for 4 enemies if I were to line them side by side. So there's actually an enemy missing here that would fit very, very nicely. That's what I think I'm going to actually start them all in there. And then this particular one will just move out immediately. They'll have the ability to escape immediately. But if I were to, it'd be 11, 12, 13. It's interesting. Hang on, this isn't going to compile. I think I just have to live with this. 13, 13. Let's swap these two so they will go in opposite directions. 13, 15. Let's try this. Okay. So our enemies are in there, they're bouncing around, they're having a jolly good time. We got a hat stack attack. People are going for the hat stack overflow. But we survived. We didn't get destroyed yet, Real Sky Ninja, but welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to The next thing I want, so I'm going to go ahead and add in a commit here. Get status, get add, get, let's do a format on these actually, get reset. Let's make sure we're formatted properly. We're working with other people, so trying to remain the consistency is good. Should really probably write some tests as well. Add that in there. All right, so we're going to add these in. And we'll do a commit here. This is feature, add patrol behavior. Add a patrol behavior that lets us move between 2 positions. You can make 50 more accounts to get all the bonus points. Need job coder, welcome back to the stream. What do you think of Django framework in Python? I think Django is a great batteries included framework for building web applications. So it comes with everything you need to build a web application. Some alternatives might be to use Flask or I can't think of any others off the top of my head. The 2 I've used are Django and Flask. Django is a batteries included. It said there's like a way to do things in Django to build a website, whereas something like Flask is more batteries not included. It's just for doing API stuff, and you can sort of build out your framework on top of that, grab some pieces, put them in. I think Django's a really useful tool for getting some up and running very quickly. Sure, send it along. Quack says, Captain, what do you think about HSP? I'm not sure what HSP is. Can you send me a link on what HSP is? You can Google it. I don't know what HSP is. When I Google HP, it says highly sensitive people. You know, if I'm being honest, I'm a highly sensitive person. Highly sensitive people are wonderful people. It's good to have feelings and emotions. Clearly referring to a project called OpenHSP. Let's take a look. So not highly sensitive people. Let's take a look here. HSP. HSP. Hot soup processor. I'm not familiar with this at all. Let's start. I'm going to start there. It's a scripting language system that anyone can easily use. Can easily build applications such as game programs, screensavers, tools, and practical software using images just by writing a text script. HSP can run the development environment on Windows, Linux, and Raspberry Pi for detailed usage. I have no opinions on this because I haven't seen or used it. Let's look at what they have in their samples here. Pull this over. I'm basically, what I'll say is I'm unfamiliar with it altogether. The language itself, I mean, this is probably, these are just comments here. I have no opinions. It's using Lisp style comments, which is fun, but has C style syntax. As of right now, I have no opinion on it. I have no opinions on it. What are your opinions on it, Coax? I think you've worked with it quite a bit. Django's used a lot here, also hooks into a lot of APIs. Yeah, so Django, I think, just has a lot of features built in. It's a language some people call modern basic. Gotcha. Basic with C syntax. Cool. Anything that I think, I'm a fan of anything that gets people to program and explore and enjoy. I don't want to say, I have no opinion on it. I have no opinion. I haven't used it. If you want, we might even be able to do a stream on it. Feel free to drop it in the suggested topic. We could take a look at it at some point, maybe write something in it. I once worked on it just to deobfuscate a program written in it. I think you were telling us about that during Advent of Code. I feel like I remember that saying, I'm working on this giant HSP thing, and you're deobfuscating it. But yeah, I've not used it, so I have I feel uncomfortable trying to state an opinion just because I don't have one. Send maybe on Discord. Send it on Discord as an example. We might have some time to look at it during the summer. I'm typically working on my class projects, but we might have some time for it in the future. The thing I would like to do next is I would like to add in a door here. So let's make a small, we're gonna add a sprite. We're gonna add a sprite that's gonna be our door sprite. So let's open up a sprite here. We're just gonna make it a white color here, I believe. Let's go to our walls. And in our walls, I just want to add two, oops, didn't mean to delete anything. I want to add in two more sprites. These are going to be our door sprites. Really, I just need one. Honestly, I just need the one here. Like this. This is going to be our door sprites. So, be a vertical line. Let's create a new 16 by 16. And I'm just going to... I don't know why I needed to put it... I want to have it saved in here. Eventually, I should probably use this, right? I don't know what happened to my toolbar there. There it is. Let's take this. And we'll copy this. We'll drop it in here. And we're going to export this as a door. It's going to be our door. Maybe I make it one line. So it's two lines right now. I actually think I want it to be one line. There we go. Let's go ahead and export this then. Export as... sprites door. Export. Need to load this up. Dramulks! What the hat redeem? Dramulks never spending his money. Never spending his fun. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a roar hat added to this stack. Thank you so much. Last slice perplexity for pizza. The LSP. But yeah, Kawak, send me on Discord. If you didn't, I probably keep repeating myself. Feel free to drop it in Discord and we might look at it at some point. How do you think the rich stay rich by spending the other people's money? You know, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Stop spending my money. Start spending someone else's money. We're getting close. Checks. We're getting close. That hat stack's getting thick. Uh-oh. Got another hat redeem. Let's add another hat to this stack. Let's put another hat on top. Thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. We're going to keep going here. We got to load this up. The part that hurts is the most of the documentation. Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed there was Japanese. I didn't know it was Japanese. I was a kanji. Kanji there. It could be any type of kanji, but Japanese there. Which can be tried. The debugger is sadly in Japanese, though. It even has its own code editor. Yeah, I don't know that I would enjoy working in it for that reason. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just what is the ease of use for me, if it's in a different language or a language I don't understand, might be particularly challenging. Okay. I want to add a symbol to my door. So let's go over to our board here, and I want to add in a door tile. So we're gonna add in a door tile here. The interesting part here is I need to come up with a symbol I can put here for our door. Let me come up with a symbol here I can put for our door. It's really interesting too because our door is gonna be too wide. Thank you for the pin. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know what symbol I want to use for this. This feels like a reasonable symbol. Underscore feels like a reasonable symbol. I have to pick something to represent our door. I think I'm gonna just go with square brackets here. This will work in this situation. For a more unique map, I think it's going to run into some trouble here. But when we do this, we're going to have to go to our wall, tile, what is it called? There's an enum. Scott B, welcome back to the stream. I'm doing absolutely fabulous. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day, and today is one of those days. Now that you're here, even better, Scott. What have you been up to? Scott B, 1969. I hope you've been well. We have, this an element here. So we need a door now. We need a door. So I'm gonna add in a door. And our door is special. So special like this. And I'm gonna add in some other stuff. We have some special symbols here as well that say, well, this is also a door, like this. So I believe we'll be able to parse it in now. We don't have a way to render it, so we need to get our sprite loaded as well. So our board renderer, we need to add in, why does that? That's interesting. Board renderer. It's really interesting that it has this even, anyway, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna add in here, if we have a door, I'm gonna load the door.png like this. The Lumen is here. Welcome back to the stream. How are you? How are you today? Hope you're having a beautiful day, the Lumen. So we got our door here. Let's see if we get a door added to our board here. We don't. I have the door's missing. It's not drawing it here. The sprite didn't load the way I thought it would. Let's see. Did we get it? Is it called door? Oh, you know why? You know why? It wasn't included. We got to update our references. We need to add this as a sprite here. Okay, so this needs to be added in. This will be door. Alphabetical order. DOO. There we go. Let's try it now. There we go. Now we have this very basic door here. So we're going to make it so that the enemies eventually are able to move through this. So what's interesting, so Pac-Man can move through this door. Pac-Man can move through this door. The ghost will be able to move through the door because it doesn't count as a wall. It doesn't count as a wall. So I need to add to my board or to my element, I believe. We have an is wall. Let's add in an element here, is door. A door is not a wall. Enemies can move through doors. Is door door, but Pac-Man cannot. So the Pac-Man movement, we need to make sure the Pac-Man can't move through it. Which is this is interesting. Up till now, the actors, the enemies, and the actors have not been able to. Their movement has been the same. So up until now, we had, if I search for is wall, up until now I can get valid next direction, and we just say is not a wall. The is valid direction is now different for enemies. I can make it a is wall. So let's add in one more here for is door. So given a position on the board, we can now check if it is a door. So she's hammering at learning Rust. Awesome. I finally got the concept of a collection is not a collection, but a template for the collection. Interesting. Interesting. It does, Clayman. Every hat adds to my programming prowess. Every hat adds to my programming prowess. Scott, I've been wanting to play around with Rust more. All right, folks, we've been going for a little over 90 minutes. We're going to have to take a break here. It's not because of Clayman. In fact, it actually is because of Clayman, but it's because now I can leave Clayman in charge, folks. Clayman, if you guys don't know, is an incredible streamer, software developer, engineer, creating a 3D physics-based game, Epic Hero Game. You got to go check it out, folks. Give it some love. Check out Epic Hero Game. Scroll down here, add it to your wish list. You know you want to. And if you want to hang out with Clayman, the Clayman, not just a Clayman, the best Clayman, click that heart, give him some love. All right, Clayman, I got to take a break, but I'm leaving you in charge. I'm leaving you in charge. When I get back, I expect you guys to give Clayman the same amount of respect you give me. We'll be back, folks. Don't go anywhere. I shall return momentarily. Calm down back there, Rex. I see you there. Sit back and get back in that chair, Rex. In the chair, not on the desk. Get off the desk, Rex. Off the desk. Get down. Get down. Clayman, come on. I told you. Clayman, keep it together here. I gotta go get myself some bean water. Come on. All right, everybody. I'm so tiny. I'm so small. Let's zoom in. I'm so small compared to all those hats. Clayman, thank you for doing your best, my friend. Thank you for doing your best. Folks, it's not Clayman's fault. It's not Clayman's fault that you're so wild and so great. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. Look, we just like to have a good time here. We just like to have a good time here. The captain loves you. Captain loves you. We're back. We're back here, folks. We're going to step back in here. What are we doing? We were making a door. We're making a door. So I need to think through this code and how it is treated. How we treat this code. It's interesting. It's coming along all right. Pretty well. We're making progress, Clayman. The Capman game's coming along. This is what we got. We got our game here. We are currently working on getting the ghosts to exit, the enemies to exit the center. So we just added an AI portion that will put them in the center. We can currently move, Pac-Man can currently move through the door. So I'm considering how to, what is the best course of action for moving through the door or disallowing movement through the door. I believe making it so that the enemies can move through the door is a completely fine option. You haven't seen the win syntax before? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So we're using a switch expression here. Smab taught me about this. So using switch expressions, you can add conditions on the right side. So this compiles into a series of if statements. I don't think it's doing anything clever, but it does allow the compiler to make some decisions about doing something clever. I think a better example would be down here. So here's a better example of the win syntax, in my opinion. We want to wrap. So this code here, it doesn't build a dictionary. It doesn't build a dictionary. It's doing something called pattern matching. So this wrap position is the code that is keeping Pac-Man and the enemies on the board as they move through the tunnel. So notice this guy moving through the tunnel. He wraps around to the other side. This wrap code is doing this. Basically, the way the wrap code works is if our X position or Y, it works top and down too. If our X position is too great, we're going to subtract some amount out. And we can do the following. We say, given a board and a position, so this is the position that we want, wrap it to stay on this board here. And so we say when X is less than the distance that we wrap around, so 0 minus some, then we're going to update position this way. So it's just a concise if statement. It's a little bit better than an if statement chain. There's potential for it to be better than an if statement chain because it allows the compiler to optimize it. It allows the compiler to optimize it. This most likely turns into a series of if statements because we're just matching on X and Y. You can do more than that though. You can do something like this. You say var 1, 2. I don't know why you would do this. Is equal to position. So you can do. Sorry, is this right? X2. What am I doing wrong here? 1, 2. So I could do this and say when my position is this way. Now it'll be better than an if statement. So it says when I have the position I'm at 1, 2. So it's actually doing a deconstruction of this position class. So it's actually looking at this X and Y here. It's not a tuple. The position struct here. C# knows how to deconstruct this in a useful way. So it pulls out the X, pulls out the Y. What's neat is I don't need the Y in this situation. I don't need the X in this situation. So it's really nice to explicitly show that, hey, in this situation, I actually don't care about the Y. I don't care about the Y. I need to get my position with the X being modified. It looks really clean. I really, really like this syntax. It's very nice. I think it reads really well. and has a lot of benefits. The biggest of which is the compiler gets to choose what it compiles into, what it turns into. Is it a series of if statements? Is it a switch? Is switch statement? How it's done under the hood is up to the compiler now. We are not in charge of how to best order this. Although I think the order here matters. Anyway, what I'm working on right now is I have a valid next direction. Currently, only allows us to do if the board contains it and it's not a wall. Yeah, sure. I can send it to... This one's harder because it's not a tuple, but if you want to adjust it here, let me make a gist for you. Let's do that. There you go. Okay. You're welcome. This is wall is sort of scattered throughout here. And really needs to be an is passable delegate based on the actor that's coming in. Rather than doing is, well, we need an argument to this. This is where object-oriented programming would be useful, because I'm changing this section based on I'm changing this part here based on whether I'm a player actor or an enemy actor. We could also potentially do, so a delegate is an option here. A delegate is an option to say is valid direction. But it's a little bit hard here because we have current dir is here. So there's a bunch of hard codedness here. And I'm trying to think, is there a simpler way? Is there a simpler way? Valid next direction is returning an enumerable, not enumerable, an array of valid possible options. How can I reuse this code? I feel that this is getting long. There needs to be a way to say, what can I pass through? And so I feel like a predicate is an option here. Okay, so is valid direction. This can take in a predicate, and our actor will need to know what it treats as a wall. Predicate here. It's going to be a function that determines whether or not something is a wall. So I'm going to, instead of calling it is wall, is, let's see, passable is, I could do is wall. It needs to take in a step, actually. This takes in a step is a tile. Is wall. And rather doing board, this comes in is wall. We also might need this to be a board. It's super interesting here. Goob, great to see you again. Welcome back to the stream. Guy Ninja, what did I confuse you with? What am I confusing you with? Tell me, what is the confusion? What did I comment on Mag's stream? What was my comment over there? Goob Goob, how are you doing? I'm doing wonderful. Doing absolutely wonderful. I hope you're doing wonderful. It can, yeah, send a screenshot. If you want to send it on Discord, or if you have like an Imgur link or something, I'll check it out. Give me a second here. Bear with me while I open that up. I trust you, but I'm trying to get into a good habit here, so we're gonna open that just for a second to see it. Yeah, so no, you sending it is fine. I'm just doing it in that way. No, Clayman, you're fine. I didn't want to open it up on stream. That's why I switched to my face here, so I could look at it. Well, let me do that. There we go. I'm trying to get into good habits of looking at stuff first before I show it on stream. Hanging in there. Well, I hope you go for you feel well. I hope things get better soon. You're doing good to get day, and I'm glad to hear that you're hanging in there. That's all we can do sometimes, and have hope. Oh, you misread the name. Gotcha. Congratulations on number 17, Sky Ninja. Yeah, so this is turning into a series of if statements here, which isn't bad. I don't think this is that bad, but it's done some smart things. So you can imagine, I mean, maybe it's done some smart things, I'm not sure, but it did decompile into a series of if statements, but it has the ability to do smarter things. The way it turns these into if statements should not always necessarily be this, right? It's not always going to be this. It can do interesting things. Notice it's doing like this deconstruct thing. It has the ability in the future to choose to do this in a more efficient way if it wants to. Because we haven't explicitly said, do an if statement. We said, well, I just want it. This is sort of more of a declarative thing saying, in these situations, do those things. Oh no, so Clayman, all I'm saying is this decompilation may not be the same decompilation in the future, so long as the behavior, the result is the same in the future. It could be more efficient in the future if it's able to make sense of it. That's why that happens to be a pretty cool little trick. It's the same with these new collection initializer syntax. Thank you for sharing this. But yeah, this just turned into a decompiled thing here. Pretty interesting, actually. I think it's really interesting. Where was I? I'm trying to, my valid next direction. I don't want to change this interface, but I want to give the ability to, my actor needs to be able to say, well, what can I move through? What can I move through? This is where the AI begins. Yeah, the AI is coming. It's coming for us. Oh, absolutely, Clayman. In game development, you might want to avoid something like that so you can explicitly know that nothing's being allocated. I'm not sure you could use that particular syntax in Unity C# either. It might be pretty new. I'm not sure when that was introduced. I'm in C# 12 right now. Yeah, this is wall is interesting. I think I want to take in a predicate. I have this take in two things, a board and a tile. Really predicate. Hang on, predicate should say given an element is wall, is passable. What do we think here? What is a better... I want this to represent a function that I give it an element and it tells me whether or not I can move through that element. Is passable, or I cannot move through it. Is passable feels like the right name in my mind. And now down here, we would do board dot get element at get. Yeah, this becomes trickier here by a little bit. So I can't. Okay, so I know it's contained. Actually, I know it's contained. All right, and so now I can actually do board dot get my board dot get. I have to do try get element. This is interesting. I'm inside of. Am I inside of it? I'm in my extensions class. Telling me I want to add in another method is passable. I don't want to do this. Board dot is passable. And let's add that to our board here. Public bool is passable. Tile position. And we will do a try get element position. Position. Out element. Elements. And this is actually taking in. This is taking in, so it needs to have a position and a delegate. A predicate element pred position and pred dot invoke element. So it has to be an element, and then we have, this is interesting because try get element, if there's nothing there, it's actually passable as well. It's interesting. Rex says, I used AI to help me code. Do I still get to go to coding heaven? Of course. Of course. Just know that AI is, you know, it's not the best. The language, the LLMs right now are pretty rough. I understand, but can't say I'd come up with the same code if I didn't have AI. I do think that it comes up with it frequently, in my experience, AI writes code that doesn't actually work and may look like it works. It looks kind of like something you might have come up with. If you understand the way it's generated, it just sort of is doing word soup and saying, what code appears next to other code in this giant, if we were to randomly select code in the universe, what would be closest to these things? It's not bad for some basic stuff. But it certainly has a lot of trouble doing anything non-trivial in my experience. Yeah, so it is passable if so contains position. So I'm going to say if we, I'm going to do this. If we don't contain this position, return true. What's interesting, so interesting here. I'm struggling. What does contains look like? Okay, contains is telling we're actually on the board. Okay, so we're going to say if contains position. If we don't have this position on the board, we cannot move through it. Now, if we try and get this element, and the element is not found, that tells us that it's an empty space, because in our element we have nothing for none. Okay, so we can move through it. We cannot move everything outside of the board is not passable. Okay. If we are in the board and there is no element, it is empty and is passable. Okay. Otherwise, we have an element. Otherwise, we have an element. And we want to check if that element, otherwise, use our predicate to determine we can pass through. Okay, so we're going to pass this predicate in here. This is a very weird way to write this in my mind. It would make more sense for this is passable to be on our actors. So we might end up with a refactor for that sanity. For that sanity. So this is passable here. Board that is passable. We take in our step is passable. Say, does the board contain, and really we're doing this contains here inside of this, so we can actually get rid of this. And I want to create a version. I'm going to make this private for now. I don't want to modify my interface as I've been using it throughout so far. And I want to make sure that this change here doesn't break any of the tests that we have already. So this becomes, it's the same thing as checking this valid direction, board, current, position, distance, but our predicate is just if our element dot is a wall. So this is what we had previously, and what we can hopefully build on top of this is our actors will have a predicate inside of what they consider a wall. Make sure none of our tests broke by doing this. Okay, we have several tests failing by doing this. And so this really helps to understand that, hey, we just made a super awful breaking change. So something is really incorrect here. And so I can change this back. Let's look at the diff here. Can I open up the diff? Is there an easy way? Diff. I'm trying to learn this tool a little bit better. I think there's a histories timeline. Yeah, so I can look at what this once was. Go back to the last time. All right. This was really modified. All right, 22 hours ago. And this is what we've added. This is passable. This is wall. Let's come down here. And just for a sanity check, I'm going to put this back in here. This is, I believe, the culprit line. Let's run our test now. Okay. So, is passable, board that is passable, is not working the way I believe it is. Let us think we need to write some tests for this to understand Raptime, I agree with that. ChatGPT, AIs, they could send you in the right. They could also send you down a bad path. I don't know. I'm not teaching this class, but at my school, there's a class where they're exploring writing coding projects where they are not allowed to write any code that was not produced by an LLM. They have to give prompts, and they can only use code that the AI has generated. And they are really struggling to write large programs, things that are non-trivial, that don't have really nasty bugs in them, or just don't work at all. So the prompt engineering for it can become very complex for anything non-trivial. All right, so we're gonna say if, let's look at this real quick. Everything outside of the board is not passable. This could just be the problem right here. Because we want to be able to wrap around the board. Okay, so I think I could do position equals position dot wrap. This should really be position wrap tile, like that. I mean, it's asking the right question. Additionally, just the way that the LLMs generate their response is it takes a query and it trims it down to code that it, based on your English entry, says, okay, we're going to interpret this using natural language processing to try and understand what you're asking and filter all the code in the universe. Let's say all the code in the universe, which isn't quite true. All the code in the universe that we think kind of matches what you're asking. And then we are going to randomly sample that and say, what is the most likely next piece of code that comes after this? And so when you understand it that way, it's a lot less impressive in my mind. If I wrap this tile, then we're always inside anyway. I think I want to write a test for this separately. This is passable. I could. My life is too short for it to send me in the right direction. I don't have anything against using ChatGPT. I tell my students they can use it all the time because they very quickly learn that it can't do what they want it to do without knowing enough anyway. I think they find it doesn't work well for them. Gee, welcome back to the stream. How's your journey in the witness going, my friend? I want to write a test. Let's go to our board. Tests. We're gonna add a test in here. Board should. All right. Fact. Public void. You gotta make this public to be able to access this. Oh no, is okay. Board should detect is passable. Okay, so I have a predicate here. My predicate of elements is walls is equal to elements extensions.isWall. Okay, so we're gonna say we're using isWall here. Raptime, you don't want to write code for you. I'm using it for analysis as I don't have much experience So you can prompt it your project item. It can give you tools what could use when I was learning about web dev. It helped me to differentiate. Yeah, so it has asking it questions can be really, really useful. Trust, it's like the whole thing of like trust but verify. Say, hey, it's not trying to be wrong. It's not trying to be wrong. It's trying to be helpful. Using it and saying, oh, this is interesting, and using that response to produce new stuff and learn about it. It's good. Just got another laser beam today, G says, so it's getting there. Don't like the sound puzzles though. My ears aren't that good. Gotcha. I always love sound puzzles. I think it's because I'm a musician. Now in my board. All right, so now I need to create a board. Board equals new. Create a board here. Okay, we'll have a board in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give it a couple rows. 5 by 5. Add in some walls. Let's even add in some doors. Let's add in a door tile. What did I decide for the door tile? I think it was square brackets. Let's make this slightly wider. Like that. Okay. Do one more on top. They're bored. I don't think there's an 8-ball command. No. The stream elements, I think, gets one by default. So what I want to do here is there's going to be some arguments that say int x, int y. And all we're going to do is board.isPassable. Detect is passable with is walls pred. So is passable. We're going to take in the tile, new tile x, y. So these are our arguments coming in. And then the predicate here is our walls. This is the predicate that we're using. And bool actual. And we want to assert that actual should be true. So we're going to do it on the sections that are not walls. So we're going to take a theory, inline data, 0, 0, and there's it's pretty straightforward. The one we want to double check here is this wall. 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, like that. Add in a few more here. Is passable. Let's go around. Let's try going up off the top. So let's go with -1, 0, 0, -1. So this is checking if we can wrap around properly. On the left, on the top. Let's try on the bottom. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Off the bottom. And then off the right side. Let's make sure that's true. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be off the right side. Let's run this test. And I'm hoping this test fails. Okay. This test fails. Because I'm hoping it fails so that way I can work on this and say, okay, well, clearly something is incorrect here. And we can now dissect what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They all fail. Something really odd is happening here. My guess is this is probably inverted or something like that. let's look in here. This is super interesting. Is passable. Oh, because we're passing in the walls. What it thinks are is walls is wall. So we want this to be inverted. We say, well, it's only passable if this is not a wall. Right? And so part of me thinks maybe I should rename this is impassable. This is where my confusion was going. It's going like, it feels weird. Let's change it to is impassable. And in fact, that would make these should be false. Detect is impassable. Detect is, I'll go with is passable, but these are impassable. These should be false here. So this helped me uncover what my logical bug, my logical error here. Oh, this still fails. Why does that fail? Oh, hang on. Everything outside of the board is not passable. So true. If we are in the board and there is no element, it is empty and is passable. There we go. What? I'm so confused here. Everything outside of the board. Let's put a debug in here. What is going on? Let's debug this test. This is in our board should. And all of these fail. Let's debug this test. Not implemented exception. Oh. I guess I should have read this. This corner piece doesn't know how. All right, so these are just found because these corner pieces don't know how to. All right, so I can just do this instead. Let's try that. It's good to know that the corner doesn't have an exhaustive set there. All right, did these all pass now? .NET test. Let's do the opposite, but detect is passable with is wall pred. All right, we want to do one more here. Another series of tests. And this one is going to be to check is impassable with is wall. And so this is going to go on all of our tiles that happen to be a wall. Theory, inline data. The walls here, we want, this should be true now. One comma one, that's that corner. The door doesn't exist here. Two, 1 comma 2. Let's go down to the 3, 4. Bring it across 2, 3, 4, and then bring it back up. 3, 2, 1. Beegs! Holy cannoli, Beegs with the raid! Beegs, how are you today? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get that hat added to the stack. Folks, we got a legend with us today. Attention. all lurkers, please direct your attention to the chat. We got a very special guest with us, Beegs with the hat redeem. Folks, be sure to click that follow button. Give Beegs some love. Thank you so much for being here, Beegs. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Unity developer over there. If you got a raid and run, no worries, but tell us if you got any, you probably not going to give you permission, but if you got any links for us to check out, feel free to drop them in the chat. What were you working on today? What did you accomplish? Did you meet your goals? Just hang out. Were you playing games? Were you making games? Tell us what you got going on, my friend. Thank you so much for the raid. We are working on our Pac-Man, our Catman inspired game. But yeah, let me know. A leg end. I don't know what that means, but welcome, my friend. Irregular Salt, attempting to make games, some goals we met. Meeting goals is good. Irregular Salt, thank you for the follow. Irregular Salt, I like how you taste. Irregular Salt. Irregular Salt, thank you so much for the follow. You gotta watch out for that sodium, though. You gotta watch out for that sodium. That's why sometimes you can have sodium chloride is salt. Potassium chloride is the salt substitute. But welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. What are you working on? A game jam? Do you got a game specifically that you're working on? Sold already. A regular salt. Salt facts. Salt facts. It's true. True. My doctor told me that I'm getting too much salt or not enough salt, so I better just add extra to be sure. So if I went to my doctor, and the doctor was like, you know what, Captain, your blood work came back, and I can't remember if he said I need more salt or I don't have enough. And so I've just been eating lots and lots of salty foods, so that way next time I go, I'll know for sure, because then the doctor, the doctor will be able to tell me.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Dev Dad with the huge raid. We got that double raid. Beegs with the big old raid. Dev Dad with another big old raid. Now we got the whole party. This party started. Dev Dad upstage. No way, Beegs. No one could upstage you. We got the double raid though. Dev Dad, how was your stream? If you got a raid and run, let me know. Don't worry about it. Lol Delta, thank you. I can't talk. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have everybody here on this beautiful Monday. Happy Monday every day. I believe it's a holiday, President's Day here in the United States. The Dev Dad, how'd your project go? Were you able? I know you having some TypeScript typing issue. You decided to move on from it. Did you report that bug by any chance? Also, folks, let's see. Beak says, working on a passion project. I can't work on my proper game on stream right now because it's a puzzle game, and streaming puzzles basically making a cheat video for my own game. Look, some people, cheaters gonna cheat. Lol. Beaks. Folks, also, Dev Dad's working on a social network, productivity social network app. Go check it out if you can. Dev Dad here. I need the links. I need to update my chat, my links here to go to your application. But Embedder is a productivity app social network. Be sure to check it out. Be sure to check out the Dev Dad. Go watch some React Native. Go watch Beegs as well, working in Unity. What game were you working on today? You said it's a passion project. Tell us about it. If you got any links, feel free to send them. Strong, I wouldn't even call him my arch nemesis, my streak rival. I got a 75-day watch streak over on the Dev Dad. Strong has like 175 streak. I'm not even close. Blowing me out of the water. Strong, you got to take a day off, man. You got to give the captain a chance. When you taking a day off, Strong? 87. Holy cannoli. Strong, don't you feel like you've held first place long enough? Don't you want to give someone else a chance? Don't you want to give someone else a chance? We're working on our Pac-Man inspired game. We are working on Ghost AI right now, or Enemy AI. Here's our Pac-Man inspired game. This door here, we just added this door, and it doesn't act like a wall. We can move through it. We don't want Pac-Man to be able to move through it. We Capman to be able to move through it. Get good. I'm trying. But we want our ghost to be able to move through it sometimes. And so we're adding in a predicate into our code that's going to allow us to do that. I had a bug. My is impassable. I had a bug here. I think we have fixed the bug. Oh, hang on, did I run my test here? .NET test? Let's see. Let's see, .NET test. When he said, I'm trying, I felt that. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying hard. Sometimes I'm a try hard. I try not to be a try hard. Fozzie, welcome to the stream. How you doing, friend? Glad to have you here. Glad you're with us on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so there's valid direction now. This predicate, actually, we can just, the basic predicate here, we can just be element extensions.isWall. Is a wall here. Paguzar. Paguzar. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, my friend Paguzar. Welcome to the crew today. Paguzar, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Today is Family Day in Canada. It's President's Day in the United States. Tell me, what is Family Day? What is that? How does one celebrate Family's Day? I'm just gonna impassable, and we're gonna change this to just be is wall. So these are the things that we're gonna treat as walls. So if we're is impassable here, all right. Did we break it? If we do this, so I'm trying to get it so that we can pass in an argument to why? Oh, this should be is. It's not. It needs to be is passable. So we're saying is impassable here. Right, I think. Come on, fill the noise. Pass those tests. There we go. We just had to snap faster, snap harder. We got our test passing. Whew. Okay. So we added that in to our valid direction now. We'll continue working in the way it was previously working, but now in our actor valid direction here, there's a few other spots where I think I need to do something. Let's look at next tile. Hang on. Board is wall. That one we got there. Is next. Hang on. Here. Next position is going to allow us to move through things as well. This needs to also have that predicate, I believe, of what is impassable and is not impassable. Yeah. So right here, next position, let's create another one. Public, static. This is gonna be our public. We're gonna turn a private one here. And this is gonna have a predicate of our element is wall. And this is just gonna be a forward to our next position. Board, moving, position, distance, and then our predicate that we're going to use happens to be element.isWall, element extensions.isWall. Make sure, and then the isWall here, not board.isWall, it's board.isImpassable tile is wall. Not a huge fan of what this is doing here. I am essentially forwarding some dynamic dispatch on. This feels like it should be part of the object-oriented portions. But let's make sure our isWall here. We're really not calling, where are we calling isWall still? Not in boards. This is in our target tile behavior and our patrol behavior. If it is a wall, okay, so I'm kind of okay with this. So our pathfinding and our target tile, okay. Do our tests still pass? I think they do. Okay, so minor refactors here. to give us the ability to specify these. So the version with the actor now, the version with the actor is going to take in a different predicate. Okay. So calculate actor move is no longer going to call next position with turn. This is interesting. Next direction is wall. These aren't using is wall here. Valid next directions. I want to now eliminate this version. This is so tough. This is so tough to me in my mind. This refactor is interesting. Balint, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome. What have you been up to? Folks, if you guys don't know the incredible science streams, Balint, scientist, educator, communicator extraordinaire. Go check him out. My favorite night is Whack-'em Wednesday, Microscopy Monday. Doing not bad, sir. How are you? I'm doing absolutely wonderful. It's a little bit warm in here. I think my heater might be turned up higher than I want it to be, but that's okay. I'm glad science Balint. I'm glad I'm satiating you, because you know what? You satiate me, my friend. You are a satiating extraordinaire. The calls here to this valid next direction, I want to eliminate these now. I want to eliminate these valid next direction calls. Notice I have 10 references. Mostly my board should here. So not have that many in here. Strong, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to this stack. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hat. Helps with that sunlight. Got to keep my programmer tan. Helps me keep my programmer tan. Thank you for the hat. Here. Valid next direction. I want to replace the version that's coming in with the actor. My actor needs to have a method, a variable that says I want this to have a predicate. And this is why I'm like not sure it should be a predicate here. It feels like maybe a sub class. Public virtual bool is wall element here. And the default version is just element is wall. But we can override this in our enemy when our enemy is in a state where they're allowed to move through. So by default, elements is all, or element dot is door. Okay. So when an actor is checking, we are going to call the valid next direction that gives us the predicate as our actor dot is wall. So which things does our actor treat as walls? Let's go to the next one we use, which was our next position. Next direction next position with turn is going to have this as well. Congratulations on number 18, Delta. Okay. And we have about 15 minutes to get this done. Next position with turn, next direction here. Actor dot is wall. So next direction apparently doesn't have a version of this. Valid next direction does. This refactor is brutal. This refactor is kind of brutal. trying to think what is the best option here. Dukasoft. How we doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here on this beautiful Monday. We're in the middle of a feature. We are working on getting our... Let's see if my code will compile here. We are working on code for allowing enemies to move through this door. So we have a door here. We want there to be certain times when we can move through a door and times when we can't move through a door. So right now, I think this might actually be okay. No. Our Catman should never be able to do this. And so previously we hadn't accounted for the doors. And we are...
Whoa.
No worries, DevDad. Thank you for the raid. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I know you're busy. I know you're a dad. I know you're on dad duty. But thank you again for the raid. Speedy Slarty. Speedy Slarty. Welcome to the stream, Speedy Slarty. Thank you for following me today. We got Speedy. Yes, Slarty. Following the Captain Coder. Thank you for the follow, Speedy. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. DevDad, enjoy your day. Keep coding. Keep growing. Keep being amazing. You're welcome back anytime. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I feel that really to get this right, I need to eliminate this version without it. So I'm going to start by commenting this out. Great to have you here, Speedy. And now this, in all these previous spots where we had it, we can swap in the default here. When we don't have an actor, we get the default. We have to actually add it in here. Igor Imagine. Igor? Is it Igor? I bet it's Igor Imagine 2. Java Dev here. I'm happy to discover your stream. Igor, I'm happy you discovered my stream as well. Welcome to the stream, Igor. Igor is following Igor Dev. Oh, sorry. Igor Imagine is here today. Igor, thank you for the stream. Welcome to the crew. If you have any questions, backseat coding is absolutely welcome. I have no promises that I will take what you suggest, but I will do my best to consider it. That's how we learn. That's how we get better. All right, so now we're going to take in this is wall. So we're propagating these things down. I'm not liking the design decision that I've had here. I'm going to keep going. I believe I'm going to end up needing a true refactor. A true refactor here. Where I actually want to move some of this stuff I think needs to be in the actor, because the actor determines what is a wall now. These methods are very procedurally done. That said, our actor here can now do actor.isWall. So we have it in our actor. We can pass that through. Now I got compilation errors all over the place from getting rid of that. Let's do one. There was another one I wrote. All right, so I'm going to delete this. I don't like how many arguments this function has. Our next direction here takes in a predicate. Do I have... There were some delegate functions that I wrote. There's another one up here, next position. I'm going to get rid of this delegate function and fix throughout. I need to be able to specify the wall here. This is a rough refactor in my opinion. We have the is wall coming in. Is wall. Is wall. Okay. So we got those two here. All of our tests, the main issue here is now our test. Let's go into where our references were in our code here, .NET build. See what we missed here first, and then we're gonna go fix it. Okay, so I didn't miss anything there. Let's go into our tests. Now we gotta fix that in our test. So our next position, we're passing in our default extensions, wall, sorry, element extensions.isWall. We have our default here. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna fix. Don't like that I'm having to do this. I'm not sure what this one's complaining about. We're gonna have a definition for next position. Is this a real error, or are we caught up in some weirdness? Let's do an actual build here. Next position. Pull this out. Let's make sure this is true. Oh, I made it private. Okay. Public. Okay. Come through. Element extensions.isWall. Okay, this one I probably need to make public. Okay, let's get rid of valid next direction. This should be public as well. Really feels like these should be, I guess they're kind of helper methods. They're going to be used by the actor later. And these are more testable or easier to write tests for because the setup is simpler. Okay. Let's do a build. Make sure we're building. Let's rerun our tests. Make sure our tests seem to be working. Do a little bit of a sanity check running it. Okay, we build. How are our tests? Our tests passing still. Smab, I'm in a nightmare land right now. Welcome to the stream. I think I should have probably just written a hack. I'm in a slight nightmare land. It's not bad, but this refactor. I'm in a nightmare refactor here. I think I've made a poor decision, which is relatively typical of me. So am I. My broadband is down. Oh, that's a far worse nightmare than I'm experiencing. My experience is of my own volition. You probably did not cause the nightmare. The worst nightmares are the ones you create for yourself. Or at least that's how I feel right now. I've created a nightmare for myself. I got my walls here. Piggybacking off my phone right now. Got my walls. I think my Catman isn't going to be able to go through this door now. Okay, so it is working. Catman can't go through the door. We have a little bit faster. Gotcha. So I've added this door. I got these guys. I created a patrol. So the enemies can have a patrol going here. I wish there was a nice way for me to... I need to make it scale better. Because it's so hard to scale perfectly here. So I can't go through this this door, which is good. Previously I was able to. So I'm not able to move through the door. The way I have structured this is now my actor... I've updated it so that we can have a predicate for isWall. When we're doing movement detection, there's going to be this isWall that happens. And I've added it to my actor. I've made it virtual. So in the enemy, we can subclass the enemy to say whether or not they're allowed to move through the door. They can move through the door if they're in a specific state. And in that state, only walls will matter. That's sort of the plan. That's the plan that I've come up with right now. I just finished this really ugly refactor where now all of my code here, that all these procedures essentially because they're not attached to anything really. Now need to take in this predicate for is wall that I really dislike this coming through here. I don't know how I feel about it completely. It feels strange. It feels strange. What tool are you using for the sketching? It's called Zoom It. I need to add a command for it because it gets asked pretty frequently. It's part of sysinternals. It's this tool. It's really, really useful. It does a lot of stuff. Very, very, very nice. You're welcome, Primer Justin. And also, welcome back to the stream. It's great as an educator and during presentations. I would have left it as a wall type and then made an exception when in the allowed state. And I think I might go back and do that after I get through this one. Would have left it as a wall type and then made an exception when in the allowed state. I think, so the exception you would have made is you allow them to move through walls when they're in a specific state. That seems reasonable. That seems like a reasonable version of it. Cause yeah, this feels gnarly cause now my actor has to know what they can move through, and then this has to be propagated all over the place. This has to be propagated all over the place, and I didn't, which caused me to do a lot of refactoring, allow them to move through that wall type when in that state, not all walls. Oh, that's what I'm going for. That's exactly what I'm doing, and so this is going to determine what a wall state is to them. So by default, doors and walls are walls. This is not Unity Speedy. That's right. Walls are, I didn't change anything. Then walls stay constant. Maybe this is just poorly named. I think Smab, I think this is poorly named. This here is really, I've added in to my board. Is impassable or is impassable is really what it is, might be better, because it's saying what things can they move, can or can they not move through. PK, thank you for the hat. Redeem, let's get a hat added to the stack. Thank you very much. We are writing a pure C# implementation. And the plan is, if we write this correctly, if we write it well, not necessarily correctly, if we write it well, we should be able to drop it into Unity, Godot, a WebGL build, a console version. And right now we're displaying using Raylib. Raylib is our renderer. So isWall might be a misnomer. I don't know that it's over engineered. I think it's that my solution didn't mesh with what I already had. I honestly think I was trying to keep it simple, but the solution was forcing me to, I think isWalls here. So basically my actor says, what do I treat walls as? Which ones do I treat as wall? Maybe. You were suggesting just making doors in your version. I'd be really curious here. isWall, you would also put or element.door. You're thinking you would do this. El Capitano, welcome to the stream. So it's all the same, and then there's just sort of special logic that allows them to move through all walls. Let me consider this. This might be an option. I have 5 minutes. I have to go. El Capitano, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday, Monday, my friend. Just through the door when it's in that state. Okay. I think this becomes a challenge. So the way my determining next position works doesn't have any notion. So it comes down to this method here needs to know, can they move through doors? Can they move through doors? Can they move through walls? So I would still need to add this in all over the place. Can some walls operate as diodes? Not currently. Not currently. But that's a thought. That's a thought. I still need to be able to pass in whether or not I'm allowed to move through. And I think you might be right that I'm over-engineering it here by making this a predicate rather than a Boolean. Originally, I did it as a Boolean. And it was just saying, can move through doors. I think it's sort of the same solution. And then it sort of felt like, well, yeah. I think I could simplify it. And that's what I've been saying this whole time is this refactor, this path I'm going down, I believe is maybe not overly complex. I wanted to swap out my call here to board.isWall with something. I said, well, sometimes if I'm an actor, it's going to be this way. If I'm a player, it's this way. If I'm a ghost, it's this way. I still need to know which state I'm in. Yeah, I think as long as the tests are clear, it's okay. Making this a predicate might be too much. It feels weird here because I'm doing dynamic dispatch through an argument here. This is a very, very non-object oriented way to do this. And I feel like I don't like it. Over-engineered because it might give us more flexibility later. I'm not sure. All right. What did I change here? What did I do? Hang on. Did I just break something? What did I do? Oh, there we go. I accidentally hit undo. It depends. It depends. It's gonna happen twice. It needs to happen twice. And I need it to be... Yeah, so when the ghost is exiting, the thought I had would be to make the ghost have a path that it has to follow. So I could give it a specific path and say, go here, then go here. And during that movement, ignore walls. That, I think, is actually the simplest version. That would be the simplest version, I think, is to write a behavior that the ghost is allowed, that gives the ghost the ability to move through anything. Just ignore all walls and tell the ghost, yeah. So I think the simplest solution would be to just have an AI that says, move to this position. When you get there, move to this position and then switch to the next state. And just allow moves, can move through anything. I think that is probably a simpler solution than what I have. And then I can just keep it as a wall. I think I want to redo it that way. The version I have right now, I do think is annoyingly complex. This would actually allow me to do a lot of things that ignore. I could add all kinds of stuff, and I think that's the version that I want actually, is to have an AI where I give it a specific position, give it another position, and it can just move through anything, and then have just allow it to do that. I think that's what I want. I think that is what I want. Yeah. That said, we are out of time for today, I think. Do walls exist physically, or is it in their imagination? Could we pass in a board that has no walls? Yeah, so we could pass it. So we could do the following. The board exists. They are conscious of the board. The ones in the middle just have a patrolling AI. So what I could do, let's go into my program. Right here, game, init game, game. right now we only have the one board. Board, what I could do is say board equals new board. We could give it an arbitrary board here. Let me take in this board. Like this. One sec, let me zoom out here. Just to give an example here, I think this might be fun to do. Yeah, Smab, I think that might be the way to do it. And then we just it's super simple. It's super simple. But yeah, this board here is arbitrary. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish here. Probably this. Go down to line 49. So I could give it an arbitrary board like this. Let's find out if this is true. Yes, man, I made two. So you could do this. So these guys happen to have an AI that just patrols between two positions. So they're dumb. This guy is actively trying to move towards Pac-Man. So if we hit T, we can see the target position that's moving towards. But we can't give it. They are aware of the board. Yeah, we could. So I couldn't think of a better symbol. I just said make this a door. And then it gets treated that way. I couldn't think of a better symbol. Because dash didn't make sense. I was thinking underscore, but underscore looked super weird to me. This looks like a door. Yeah. We got to get out of here. I got some stuff I got to get done. I'm hesitant to say equals. That's a great one. Equals, Smab. I like that very much. We're going to update that real quick. Equals is fantastic. Now I can get rid of that. Equals is my favorite suggestion so far. Why didn't I think of that? Equals is my favorite sentence. That's what I was thinking. Star would be good too. There we go. Let me add a door in. But yeah, it's interesting. Programming's super interesting because the act of programming isn't that hard. The act of managing the complexity and coming up with a good design is the actual exercise that's interesting and challenging. That said, we're going to wrap up here. If you guys want to find the source code, if you want to contribute, if you want to open issues, feel free to do so on the GitHub. We're going to raid someone out. We're going to raid out here. We're going to go see Practical NPC. All right, folks. Practical NPC is incredible streamer, developer working on his Kickstarter here. Yeah, it's quite a bit trickier than it seems at a glance. Actually, I'm gonna double check NPC real quick. He's only been going for 2 hours. Usually streams a lot longer, but this is a weird time for him. I'm just checking in. I think we're gonna raid Practical. All right, folks, we're gonna go raid Practical, working on his Kickstarter. Have a beautiful day. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.